Hello everyone and welcome back to Japan, specifically the Nagaoka clan, specifically even more so the Echigo province, because looks like the Morioka are a turn or two away. Nanshu Toshihisa is his name. Nanbu, my mistake, is about a turn at minimum, two at most away from Echigo. And we have recruited a few more units to deal with it. We've got 3 spear levy, 3 levy infantry, as well as, let's see, one of both from the town and 1 garrison infantry and 1 garrison levy garrison from the stronghold. And then we've got 3 garrison infantry from the barracks. So Echigo has quite a garrison. I'm not sure we'll be able to fend off the Morioka, but nevertheless, we are going to take a look at upgrading some of the stuff in Echigo here. I'm really striving to increase the modernization of Nagaoka. We're about halfway between level 1 and level 2, and if I were to pour 5,000 koku into upgrading our large town in Echigo into a city, that will increase modernization an additional 2 points. I don't know if that is enough to increase our development level. I don't know, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to take that money that we earn from raiding and sacking of, what was it, Numata's territory in Kosuke province, the town of Takasaki, that's what it was. We're going to take that loot and use it to upgrade our capital. Unfortunately, I was forced to use about 3,000 koku to repair the large town in the fortress of Kosuke, which is really a smart thing to do, as perhaps maybe the Sunpu were going to attack and they would actually just wreck us because the defenses were demolished and the garrison wasn't there, if you know what I mean. But more importantly, I had to repair it as the public order was like -5, -7 due to devastation. Devastation was like -5 in itself. So I had to repair to negate that effect. Now it's down to -2. Non-clan allegiance, modernization, dishonorable daimyo, and resistance to invaders, of course. I've got my Shinsengumi Kōmei on the way to subdue the dissidents, though, so that should increase the public order ever more so and increase the shogunate influence. So there we go, we are at +4 now. And we are exempting tax as well, so that's part of it. We don't need to do that, though, because Kōmei is now present. And there we go. We are now taxing the shit out of Kosuke, even though we just looted it. Kind of ridiculous if you think about it. But I can increase taxes so that we receive 1,000 koku per turn, but it's not necessary. We are reaping 500 coins as I disbanded our garrison in Echu, because the public order is great there. I was thinking that we should build some stuff in Echu, but I'm kind of hoping that we hold on to this cash for now, until this whole Echigo thing blows over with the Morioka, etc. The Aitsu, our ally in the north east here, they're moving to where I couldn't tell you. They've got some White Tiger forces, and I'm hoping that they're going to not attack the Morioka in the field, but instead head towards Uzun, which is one of the Morioka towns, and they'll shore up that border, because nobody's home right now. They could knock on the door and be like, who is it? And, only the women would answer, and then they just storm into place. You'd have the women at the gate, of course, doing like a Monty Python sketch. They're wearing, what appears to be some form of samurai army, and they're pretending to be men, and they're wearing beards, and they're like, yes, full of Japanese men, go away. But, they're actually women. It's funnier in my head. Perhaps it's funny to you as well. But anyway, what we're going to do is keep our army in the Kosuke province for a few turns here until we replenish our units, and then we have to immediately march on the Sunpu, as they are going to charge into North Shinano, most definitely. We do have a large garrison force there in the meantime, but Iha, she's not pleased to have to return to North Shinano, but it has to be done. And speaking of North Shinano, we can probably upgrade some fields, or even... oh my god, this industrial building will do it. Quite a lot of money to be made there. Unfortunately, that is half of our current stock of gold, and you know what? I'm going to say it's worth it. North Shinano is our economic hub, I would say, for the time being. Really, you would think, once again, that Echu or even Echigo would be well suited for it. but yeah, this telegraph office. How much does that telegraph office reap, you know, economy-wise once it upgrades? Let's see. Because I know that the railway stations actually create quite a lot of income. National Railway Company, 900 wealth, 12 per town to, or per turn to town growth, which is quite a lot. A lot of per turn growth, which is not bad. Whereas stuff like this, sepulchrists create just straight up wealth, which is not bad. You know what? Maybe we'll just build a farm. I don't know. We'll build this sericulturalist. What a word, sericulturalist. Mulberry trees. Okay, we'll build it, and we won't look back. That will be some income in North Shinano that we'll deal with later. We'll reap later, I should say. Like I said, the Aitsu are now marching. Our fleet is actually going to check out Tsushima, this island off the south. Would you say it's south, or is it just straight up the western edge of the main islands? I would just say it's Tsushima Fuchu, as well as Hirado. Is that two clans? Oh yeah, we've got the Tsushima Fuchu on Tsushima itself, and then we've got the Hirado trying to invade the island, which is interesting. Just a little snapshot into the politics of the Western Archipelago. Would you say Japan is an archipelago? Is it? I think technically it is, but there we go. We've encountered the Fukyu as well. Fukyu, as well as the Saga. So there we go. The Saga, I know because they have that really distinctive Mon, and then I don't really know. Oh, the Fukyu are on Go-To. So Go-To, Fukyu, Go-To Island. Do not pass Go. Do not collect $200. And I think that's really our turn. We still have a lot of Koku left, 4,000, that we're going to try to hold on to as much as possible in Echigo. I was thinking that we could recruit some sharpshooters just to bolster our defenses a little bit, so we can fire at the enemies from further and further away, but we'll recruit, I think, a unit of line infantry to replace the company that we lost during the siege of Takasaki. Takasaki? Okay. We'll recruit a unit of line infantry, and you never know, maybe it will come in handy if these assholes are more than a turn away, but I really doubt that they are. I really, really doubt it. Let's see, how far can our army march? Yeah, they are not a 2 turns away, rather, they are probably just 1 turn away, but we will discover the outcome right about now. Oh, fuck, these Morioka are dastardly. They have decided, instead of attacking Echigo directly, they have decided, it looks like they're going to go raid our ports and all of our other shit, and I did not anticipate this. We have a small force in the capital, and it looks like we are quite outclassed by Nanbu Toshihisa, unfortunately. The Oka clan has been destroyed, as well as the Takatsuki. We've recruited some line infantry in Echigo, but it doesn't make a difference because we are seriously outgunned. And the Aitsu, they've just, oh my god, Matsumae Ujaki has just decided to go and stare out at the coast here. I wish I could zoom further. I think maybe he is trying to replicate like the penny whistle solo from My Heart Will Go On. Like he's just walking up and down the beaches of this coast. Well, I suppose there's not much to do here except wait for our army to recover and then send them north. Because, for all we know, they may very well never attack Echigo, and our line infantry are pretty much recovered. And by the time we arrive, our levy infantry will have spear levy, my mistake. I'm getting confused here. They will have recovered by the time we arrive in Echigo. And actually, you know what? We've got 2 units that need to meet up with this army once we arrive somewhere around the rail line next turn. Yeah, okay. And then we will destroy the Morioka and have to march immediately south. And that kind of worries me, as the Sunpu could come out of the fucking bushes and attack us at any time. I doubt they're going to, as the Sunpu have been annihilated. Well, their field armies, that is, they've just been annihilated. My heart will go on, near, far. the Tokugawa as well just immediately have latched on. They're still residing in North Shinano. They must be bunking with my peasants. I don't really know what they're doing. Wherever you are. I think we'll have to end the turn here, though, and hope that the Morioka decide to attack Echigo and not just raid all of our shit, because if that were to happen, I don't know what I would do. They did not actually raid this farm while they were passing it, which is kind of odd. You'd think it'd be a prime target. I cannot get over that. That's just hilarious. You know, we've got like fucking 900 men here just staring out over the oceans, like towards Korea or something. I don't know. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we may as well just fucking end the turn and hope that the Morioka attack Echigo directly. What a thing to say. Actually, you know what? Did I forget about my fleet? Yes, our fleet actually has to sail past the Fukyu clan on Goto Island, and oh shit, we're at Nagasaki. And we're going to sail into the Ariake Sea here. Ariake, Kumamoto. We've got Hizen Tsukushi. I kind of had an issue reading that. Higo, Satsuma, Hyuga. We've got a lot of provinces to discover here, but oh my word, it looks like the Kumamoto are actually dominating Kyushu right now. Look at this. The light blue of the Kumamoto. I thought that was them up there as well, but no, that's the Matsu. The light blue of the Kumamoto have pretty much painted the entirety of Kyushu. Goto Island, held by the Fukyu clan, remains independent, but I too thought that once again was owned by the, whatchamacallit, the Kumamoto, but no, it's an independent clan. But there you go, a little interesting discovery we have found out in Kyushu. We may as well return to Nagaoka, and then end the turn. Well, it looks like the Aitsu have gotten over their fascination with Celine Dion, but only marginally so. Now they are just putting their backs to the sea and instead staring Matsuda Daira, Takatsu, deeply in the eyes. Just look at this scene here. We've got Matsuda Daira just sitting on his chair here on the road, and then we've got Matsui Ujaki just staring deep in his eyes from the coast. I think there is still some kind of fascination. I'm thinking maybe now this is an Enya situation. Who can say where the... I don't know the words. Only time. As they just stare deeply into each other's... Not only their eyes. No. It's deeper than that. They are staring into each other's souls. Maybe those of you out there with the keen eyes can see that the Matsui actually decided to raid my ports, and then they just kind of scampered away, and now they're looking like they're heading north again. And you know what? I'm going to have to turn Makino right around because I didn't think about this when I moved his army out, but the Takasaki people, I suppose, in Kosuke province are still pretty pissed that we invaded them. They've got -10 public order, and they're going to revolt any minute now. So I'm going to have to turn Makino Tadayuki right round, baby, right round, and he's going to have to garrison the city for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 more turns as we recruit some garrison infantry in the province. I would move some of these units from North Shinano, but I worry that the Sunpu will attack. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll just grab, I don't know, 2 units of levy infantry, and I'll send them to Kosuke just to garrison the place. I don't think the Sunpu are going to have an army for quite a while. I might send Iha just to scout the area. As we all know, she really wants to get out of North Shinano, and she has been petitioning me personally, actually, letter after letter. I'm talking like bundles of letters a day. Kind of like, was this Shawshank Redemption, where Buddy's writing letters to the county to get like books in the library of the prison. He climbed through 300 miles of shit that day. That's pretty much how that movie ends. That's about all I remember of it. No, I jest. It's a pretty good movie, and I remember every single frame of every single scene. Once again, though, this is pretty much the end of our turn. We'll have to get our fleet to continue its voyage around into Kagoshima Bay. Just to get an idea of how much the... Oh no, the Satsuma still reside in their home provinces. Unfortunately... Okay, there we go. They're now colored in. So it looks like the Satsuma are actually maintaining control of the 2 southwesternmost provinces in Kyushu, and everything else is owned by the Katsumoto. Lalad. There we go, the Satsuma. I think if I remember correctly, there's some trade nodes over here that go to like France and Britain and everything. So that's just something to take note of, right by Tanegashima Isle, perhaps? Well, near the Tanegashima Straits. Awesome. Oh yeah, here we go. This is actually what's going on. Okay, so this node goes to the port of London, so that's England, and then this goes to Le Havre. Is that France? Of course. I was going to say, is that Spain? Like a big idiot, but no, that would be France. I don't know where in France that would be. It looks like it might be like the northern coast. Hard to say. And there's a few nodes like this around the map. I think over here, yes, there's a node for the States. Obviously, their port is in San Francisco, and then potentially there is another up here, but no. Not at all. It's just those few nodes, and that's about it. Okay, you know, we may as well end our turn yet again, and we'll see not only what Morioka do, or the Morioka, I should say, but also what Matsui Ujaki as well as Matsudara Takatsu, what they do, because I'm quite interested to see what happens next turn. Okay, so we have a decision to make. The Icarus Affair, which I believe is the historical event that is depicted in the opening cinematic of the campaign. Okay, I'll just read it out. 2 crewmen from HMS Icarus, a British vessel moored at one of our trading ports, have been murdered by local anti-foreigner activists. That is pro-emperor activists, pro-imperial people. The British are demanding we pay damages, and of course, since we are pro-Shogun, here's us here with our extremely long face. Like, look how high those eyes are compared to, like, cheekbones and... Well, I suppose that is, you know, the classical Japanese structure, high cheekbones and long faces, perhaps? Or am I just making extreme generalizations? I'm just going to move on. Since we are pro-Shogun, we are pretty much forced to compensate these Westerners, and this is why I was saving all this Koku, so that we could deal with shit like this, because it's going to cost 2,000 Koku, which is 4 turns, technically 5 turns of income for us. So I suppose we'll compensate these guys, and we'll see what happens. The Morioka are marching north to confront the Aitsu, I would say. Our good friends Matsudara Taikatsu and Matsui Ujaka, well, they embraced warmly, I would say, a little too warmly, if you ask me. They embraced warmly, and they have formed a super army of like 10 units. Not so super, but nevertheless, it has gotten the Morioka to leave us the fuck alone. So that means that, well, shit, we have to repair our port once this is all blown over, but that means that good old Mikino Teruyuki can reside in Kosuke province for a few more turns as shit dies down, and then he can, you know, march on Sunpu or march on the Morioka, whichever comes first, whichever is higher in priority at the time. We still have fucking 8 or 9 turns until that public order has gone away. You know what? I'm not sure if these buildings repair over time. Let's see. What is it to repair it now? 754 Koku. This one is 975. So I think it is actually getting cheaper per turn, so we're just going to leave it. We've got some Levy infantry, and the Marigame have been destroyed. Also, the alliance between Sega and Tosa has been destroyed as well. I don't really care so much. But we are no longer allowed... well, not allowed, but we are no longer able to trade with the Obama because... Let's see, where are the Obamas situated? I think they lost their port province. They're just down the street from us. Can we trade with them?
Come.
No, they don't want to trade with us. What the hell's going on there? Maybe they're going to go pro-Emperor. Can we trade with the fuck you? I would love that if we could trade with the fuck you. 150. You know what? I'm kind of wondering, though, who would be the most profitable to trade... Oh, we can trade with Edo via land, and we may as well do. Oh, yes, that's right. I completely forgot that they want a huge amount, an exorbitant amount of Koku for like 200 Koku per turn in trade. It's like, psh, please. You can trade with the Edo. You can trade with the Fukuyama, who have 1 province. Preferably, I would like to trade with people that have more than 1 province, such as the... Let's see. Okay, the Matsumae, we're already trading with them, and holy shit, they have quite an empire. The only reason I'm looking for more than, I want to say, larger places is because I think they reap more trade income. For example, the Odawara have 2 provinces, so we are going to make 200 koku per turn, and there we have made a... oh my god, they too want huge amounts of koku. Fucking ridiculous. Odawara, the Sado, have 1 province, but they are right off our coast, so you know what, we may as well trade with them. But hold on, trade agreement is worth 150, not a big deal. They also want cash. Holy shit, all these guys are major assholes. Just surrounded by assholes. Sado Sasayama. That took a second there for my Western tongue. 100 koku from them. That's not stellar. I mean, better than nothing. The Suwano, potentially worth it. Okay, we'll try the Suwano. Suwano, maybe? Oh, I forgot to check. 200 koku from them. They too... oh my fucking god. That is annoying. That is just straight up annoying. We'll have to deal with that eventually once we've acquired some more koku. I also forgot to mention our allies in the Kakigawa are now being attacked by our allies, the Takayama. I saw an army of theirs march into South Shinano, and they destroyed this farm, and then they just promptly retreated back. I'm pretty sure it was the Takayama. And just to verify, I'm going to find the Takayama, or the other clan, which I've completely forgotten already. The Takayama here, and their enemies are the Kakigawa, yep, and the Kanazawa, which is interesting. They're at war with more people than we are, oddly enough, and they have less provinces. You know what, we are one of the larger regions, regional powers, I should say, already. It's been like 9 videos, I don't know how many turns, it's been 1.5 years, basically, and we are already at like 5 or 6 regions. I spoke too soon, it's 4 regions, my mistake. But nevertheless, we are going to pump some true power out of these regions once we deal with the Morioka as well as the Sunpu. But in the time being, or for the time being rather, we need to end the turn. Okay, we have a new decision. The Matsumae, the large yellow blob in the north, is attacking the Yonotsuwa, who is Aitsu's and my ally, as the Matsumae are allied with the Morioka, so I think we'll have to decline our alliance with the... or break the alliance with the Yonotsuwa, because the Matsumae are very large, and I don't want them to declare war on me, as they're allied with the Morioka, and that would be bad. So we're going to decline. It looks like the Matsumae are already... maybe they had done this already, but they moved into the Aomori province, and they are now reaching into the main island of Japan itself, which is a little worrying, as they are allied, I should say, with the Matsumae, who are, of course, our enemies. So that's a little worrying. We have built a new craft workshop in North Shinano, bringing the total wealth up to 3,300. Whew, that is fucking phenomenal. And that means we are getting 400 tax income from North Shinano, and if we were to build a city, it would go even higher. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to move our levy infantry into Kosuke. Nothing fucking appeases these people. Oh my gosh. A few more turns and then that goes down. And, you know, we put some garrison in. Well, I suppose it doesn't raise any higher than 12, perhaps. I don't know. But we can't move our army out yet. It looks like our port in Echigo is going to cost 800 koku to repair, which is not bad at all. 4 more turns until our city is complete, and I would say another turn or 2 until the ultimate fate of the Aitsu and the Morioka is decided. Unfortunately for us, the Aitsu are now pushed down to 1 single province, so I think we are pretty much losing the entire north end of this island, and we'll have to push back eventually. Possibly, eventually. Maybe we should talk to the Mido. Let's see. Can we trade with them? Or are they going to ask for, like, Okay, we're already trading. My mistake. Never mind. Just pretend I never said anything. The Takayama are... well, oh, fuck. The Takayama own 2 regions here, and like I said, they are pushing into Kakigawa lands. I'm surprised we didn't have... You know what? They may have been at war before we actually allied with either of them, either or. I don't really know how that would work, but nevertheless, they are at war and we are not involved in the least. And that's pretty much it. Nothing is happening for us. We're just going to sit on our Koku for now, try to gain as much of it as we can, and, you know, just kind of putting a stopper on spending for now. We just want to let our armies replenish. Get this. Let's see. How many more turns if I were to remove our entire army? Let's see. Oh, fuck. Like 7 more turns, and these units of garrison just do not do anything. Okay, so 7 more turns until we can move the majority of this army out. Fucking ridiculous. What can we do in 7 turns? A lot. The Sunpu will most likely build and march an army out of their the belly of their territory in 7 turns. Not too worried. I'm really hoping that the Morioka will attack the Aitsu and receive... Oh, well, they received a few losses already. I don't know how they managed that, but they'll receive some losses, and then they'll have to try to destroy Echigo again, or march into our lands, whatever, and by that point, we should be ready, I'm hoping. Hard to say, but you know what? I think I'm going to end this this video a few minutes early, because there's not much to do, and to be honest, my throat is kind of hurting. I'm gonna bitch out and end this video like 2 or 3 minutes early. I apologize. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. That is my plan. We're gonna keep Makino and Kosuke for a few more turns, and then of course we can move that piece wherever it needs to be. We need to keep an eye on the north because that situation is getting quite tense now that the Matsumae are invading the island proper. And oh my god, we also have to be aware of the Kumamoto in Kyushu because they seem to be quite powerful as well. Those are the growing powers. Also, we need to keep an eye out for the construction of our town, as that may push our clan development. We're going to see if this is cheaper. Oh, it's slightly cheaper. It might not be. We'll probably just have to repair that shit in the end. Also, we have to keep an eye out for that decision. We paid off the Westerners, and maybe they'll give us something in return. Hard to say. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I will catch you guys when I release my next video. Oh, once again, Q, mash it more. We're being strangled already. Oh. Are we being fucking oh my fucking god. This is too much. This is too much, you guys.